Imagine a computer crunching numbers in just minutes, calculations that would take even the most powerful supercomputer we have today longer than the universe has existed.
Wow.
It's mind-boggling, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reality of Google's new quantum chip Willow.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible.
We're going to dive deep into all the details today.
Absolutely.
We've got Google's announcements, research papers, and expert commentary,
That's right.
all to help us understand exactly what Willow is, why it's such a big deal,
Yeah.
and what it means for the future. So get ready for some pretty mind-bending concepts as we enter the world of quantum computing.
It's a fascinating world for sure.
But let's start with the basics. What exactly is Willow?
Well, Willow is a quantum processing unit,
Okay.
or a QPU for short, and you can think of it as the brain of a quantum computer. This is where all the quantum calculations actually happen. And what's really impressive is that Willow boasts a whopping 105 qubits,
Wow.
which are the building blocks of quantum computation, and that's a huge leap forward in terms of processing power.
So more qubits equals more power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea of how serious Google is about this, they've even built a dedicated facility in Santa Barbara, California, just to create these chips.
Wow, a whole facility.
Yeah, just for these quantum chips. It's one of only a handful in the world that are designed specifically for quantum chip fabrication.
That's incredible. It sounds like Google's really going all in on quantum computing.
They are.
But you mentioned something about two major achievements that make Willow stand out from the crowd. Can you tell us more about those?
Sure. So the first one is that Willow demonstrates something called exponential quantum error correction.
Hello.
And this is a really big deal because qubits, those tiny quantum bits that we talked about, are incredibly fragile.
I see.
They're very easily disturbed by their environment, which leads to errors in calculations.
So it's like trying to write on a piece of paper in a hurricane.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And for the past 30 years, researchers have been trying to figure out how to shield these delicate qubits from interference.
Okay.
And this is a concept known as error correction. And what Willow is showing is that as the number of qubits increases, the errors actually decrease exponentially.
Wait, so more qubits lead to fewer errors?
It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It does.
But that's exactly what they've found. And this is huge because it suggests that building larger and more powerful quantum computers is actually possible.
So it's not just a pipe dream anymore.
Exactly. This is a major step towards making quantum computers a practical reality.
That's really exciting. Okay, so that's achievement number one. What about the second achievement?
So the second major achievement is Willow's incredible speed. It absolutely smashed the random circuit sampling benchmark, or RCS.
RCS.
And this is essentially the toughest test we have for quantum computers today.
So like the ultimate quantum challenge.
Exactly.
Okay.
And get this, Willow completed this RCS task in under 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Now here's the mind-blowing part. The same task would take a top-of-the-line supercomputer an estimated 10 septillion years.
10 septillion years. To put that into perspective, could you explain just how long 10 septillion years actually is?
Well, 10 septillion is a 1 with 25 zeros after it.
Okay.
It's vastly longer than the entire age of the universe.
It's hard to even wrap your head around a number that big.
It really is. And this kind of speed opens up some fascinating possibilities. It even lends weight to a theory proposed by physicist David Deutsch.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
The idea that quantum computation might actually be happening in parallel universes.
Wait, are we talking about the multiverse here?
We are. This kind of speed makes you wonder if quantum computers are somehow tapping into those parallel realities to perform calculations.
That's pretty mind-blowing stuff.
Oh.
Now, besides these two achievements, there's something else that sets Google apart in the quantum world, and that's their focus on quality over quantity when it comes to these qubits.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about throwing more qubits at a problem.
Exactly. Just having more qubits doesn't automatically make a better quantum computer.
Yeah.
Those qubits have to be high quality. They need to hold their quantum state for a long time and be manipulated accurately. Think of it like having a team of highly skilled specialists versus a massive crowd of amateurs.
So it's about quality, not just quantity.
Precisely.
So what are some of the specs that make Willow's qubits so special?
One really important metric is something called T1 time, and this measures how long a qubit can retain its excitation, essentially its quantumness.
Okay.
And Willow's T1 times are approaching 100 microseconds, which is a 5-fold improvement over their previous generation of chips.
5 times.
That's right. This means Willow's qubits can hold onto their quantum state for much longer, allowing for more complex and accurate computations.
So it's a big step towards practical applications.
It really is.
It sounds like Google has really fine-tuned their qubits. But what else contributes to Willow's overall performance?
Well, Google's approach to system engineering plays a big role in their success. They're optimizing every single component of the chip, from the way individual qubits interact with each other to the control systems that manage them.
So it's like a perfectly tuned orchestra where each instrument plays its part flawlessly.
That's a great way to put it. And those benchmarks we talked about earlier, like RCS and error correction, really test how well the entire system performs as a whole.
Yeah.
They demonstrate that Google is on the right track with this approach.
Okay, so we've established that Willow is really breaking new ground in quantum computing. But for those of us who aren't quantum physicists, why should we care about all this?
Well, besides the mind-bending implications of parallel universes,
Right.
the truth is that quantum computers have the potential to revolutionize countless aspects of our lives.
Really? Like how?
Well, we're talking about discovering life-saving medicines,
Okay.
designing ultra-efficient batteries for electric cars, and even accelerating the development of clean energy solutions like fusion power.
Wow.
These are all incredibly complex problems that are very difficult for classical computers to solve.
I can imagine.
But quantum computers like Willow could potentially tackle them with ease, and that's just the beginning.
So there's even more.
There's so much more. There's also the fascinating connection between quantum computing and artificial intelligence.
Quantum AI. That sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It might sound futuristic,
Yeah.
but it's a field that's gaining traction rapidly. And quantum computers could supercharge AI algorithms in ways we can only begin to imagine. In fact, I actually switched from traditional AI research to focus specifically on quantum AI.
Really?
Yeah, because I believe it holds the key to unlocking some of the most significant technological advancements of our time.
Wow. So we're talking about training more powerful AI models, analyzing data in ways we never thought possible, and essentially accelerating the development of AI across the board.
Exactly, and who knows what other groundbreaking applications we'll discover as quantum computing continues to develop.
It's a pretty exciting time to be following this field.
It really is.
It certainly sounds like it. It seems like we're on the cusp of a whole new technological era. But is this just something for scientists and tech giants, or can regular people like me get involved in quantum computing?
That's a great question, and the great thing is that Google has made many of their resources open source, including software tools and educational materials. They even have a course on Coursera dedicated to quantum error correction.
Really?
Yeah,
So anyone can learn about this stuff.
absolutely. It's a complex field, but there are plenty of resources out there for anyone who is curious and wants to learn more.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe some of our listeners will even make their own contributions to the field of quantum computing one day.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I, for one, am completely blown away by what Willow has achieved. From exponential error correction to mind-boggling speed, it truly feels like we're witnessing the dawn of a quantum revolution. It's a powerful testament to what's possible when brilliant minds push the boundaries of science and engineering.
I completely agree. Willow sends a clear message that building useful quantum computers is no longer a distant dream. It's becoming a reality, and that reality has the potential to transform our world in ways we can only begin to imagine. So here's a thought for you. What groundbreaking discoveries and innovations will be unlocked when quantum computers become widely accessible?
It's a question worth pondering.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But before we get too lost in the future, let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger challenges facing quantum computing right now. It's one thing for Willow to solve a theoretical problem in 5 minutes that would take a supercomputer septillion years.
Right.
But how do we translate that raw power into something that can help us, say, design a new drug or create a more efficient solar panel?
That's the million-dollar question. Bridging the gap between these impressive benchmarks and real-world applications is one of the key hurdles facing the field, and it's a challenge on multiple fronts.
Can you give us an example? What kind of challenges are we talking about?
Well, for one, we need to develop new quantum algorithms that are specifically designed for these real-world problems.
So it's not just about having the hardware, it's also about having the right software to make use of all that power.
Exactly. These algorithms need to be cleverly designed to take advantage of the unique capabilities of quantum computers in a way that classical algorithms just can't.
I imagine that requires a whole new way of thinking about problem solving.
Absolutely. It's a paradigm shift. And it's drawing in some of the brightest minds from fields like computer science, physics, and even mathematics.
So it's a real collaborative effort.
Yeah.
But what about the hardware itself? Even with Willow's impressive performance, is there still room for improvement?
Oh, absolutely. There's always room to grow. We need to keep pushing the boundaries of qubit quality, coherence, time, and gate fidelity.
So essentially making those qubits even more stable, reliable, and accurate.
Precisely. And as we scale up the number of qubits, we also need to make sure the entire system remains controllable and manageable.
It sounds like a delicate balancing act between power and stability.
It really is.
Wow.
And then there's the challenge of accessibility. Right now, quantum computers are mostly limited to research labs and companies like Google.
So not exactly something you can buy off the shelf just yet.
Not quite. But if you want quantum computing to reach its full potential, it needs to become more widely available.
To researchers, businesses, and maybe even individuals one day.
Exactly. Imagine cloud-based platforms that would allow anyone with an internet connection to tap into the power of quantum computing.
That would be revolutionary.
Yeah.
It would truly democratize access to this game-changing technology.
It would. And that brings us to another challenge, education. We need to train the next generation of quantum scientists, engineers, and developers who can build and use these powerful tools.
The quantum workforce of the future.
Exactly. And that means investing in education at all levels, from grade school to graduate programs. We need to inspire young minds and equip them with the skills to shape the future of quantum computing.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about fostering a community of passionate individuals who can drive this field forward.
That's a great way to put it. And of course, we can't forget about the importance of ongoing research and development. This field is moving at an incredible pace, and we need to keep pushing the boundaries, exploring new ideas, and challenging assumptions.
It's like we're on this amazing journey of discovery, and we've only just begun to scratch the surface.
That's a beautiful analogy. Speaking of which, let's circle back to Google's unique approach to quantum computing. They seem to be playing the long game with a very deliberate and strategic path.
In what way? You mentioned earlier that they're not just focused on adding more qubits.
Right. Unlike some other companies in the field, Google's priority isn't just chasing higher qubit numbers. They're really emphasizing qubit quality and overall system performance.
So it's about making sure those qubits are top-notch and work together harmoniously, not just about having a huge quantity of them.
Exactly. They've adopted this holistic system engineering approach, optimizing every part of the chip from the individual qubits to the control systems.
It's like building a high-performance sports car. You need every component to be finely tuned for maximum speed and efficiency.
That's a perfect analogy. And this focus on quality is evident in Willow's impressive specifications. Remember those T1 times we discussed earlier?
Yes, the measure of how long a qubit can maintain its quantum state.
Precisely. Willow's qubits can hold their quantum state for much longer than previous generations, which is absolutely crucial for performing those complex calculations.
So it seems Google's strategy is paying off. Willow is setting new performance standards on key benchmarks.
It certainly seems that way, and they're not keeping these advancements to themselves either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they sharing their findings with the wider research community?
Absolutely. They've made a lot of their software and educational resources open source, which means anyone can access them.
That's fantastic. So
Mhm.
anyone can delve into the world of quantum computing and potentially contribute to the field.
Exactly. And they've even launched a new course on Coursera, where developers can learn the fundamentals of quantum error correction and start making their own contributions.
It's truly inspiring to see a company like Google taking such a proactive approach to education and collaboration.
I agree. It speaks volumes about their belief in the potential of quantum computing to benefit all of humanity.
It's refreshing to see that they're not just focused on winning the race, they're also focused on building a brighter future for everyone.
That's a beautiful sentiment. Now, with all this talk about potential, let's shift gears and explore some of the concrete applications of quantum computing. This is where things get really exciting.
The possibilities seem almost limitless. What are some of the areas where quantum computers could have the biggest impact?
Well, one area that comes to mind is drug discovery. Designing new medications is an incredibly complex process requiring scientists to simulate the interactions of molecules at the atomic level.
That sounds incredibly challenging for even the most powerful classical computers.
You're absolutely right. But quantum computers are naturally suited for this kind of task. They can model the behavior of molecules with remarkable precision.
So does that mean we could potentially discover life-saving drugs and therapies much faster using quantum computers?
That's certainly the hope. Quantum computers could also revolutionize the field of material science.
How so? What kind of breakthroughs could we see in that area?
Imagine being able to design new materials with properties we've never seen before, like superconductivity at room temperature, for example.
Superconductivity at room temperature. What are the implications of that be?
The possibilities are mind-boggling. Think about lossless power transmission, ultra-fast electronics, and even levitating trains.
It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie.
It does, doesn't it? But thanks to the power of quantum computing, this could become a reality.
That's incredible. What other applications are on the horizon?
Well, another area where quantum computers could excel is financial modeling. Financial markets are incredibly complex with countless variables and interconnected factors.
Definitely not something you can easily model on a spreadsheet.
Exactly. But quantum computers could handle this level of complexity with ease. They could analyze vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and make predictions with far greater accuracy than traditional methods.
So could we potentially see more stable and efficient financial markets thanks to quantum computing?
That's one possibility. Quantum computers could also optimize logistics and supply chains in ways we haven't even imagined yet.
That's fascinating. How would they do that?
Imagine being able to calculate the most efficient routes for shipping goods, taking into account real-time traffic conditions, weather patterns, and even unforeseen events.
That would be a game changer for businesses of all sizes.
Absolutely. It would save time, money, and resources.
Now, I've also heard about the potential risks of quantum computing, especially when it comes to cryptography. Some people say quantum computers could break the encryption we use today. Is that something we should be worried about?
That's a valid concern. A lot of our current encryption algorithms rely on mathematical problems that are difficult for classical computers to solve.
But not necessarily for quantum computers.
Right. Quantum computers have the potential to crack these codes, which could put our sensitive data at risk.
That sounds pretty alarming. Is there anything being done to address this?
Fortunately, researchers are already hard at work developing new quantum-resistant encryption algorithms.
So it's a race against time to stay ahead of the curve.
You could say that. It's an ongoing battle between codemakers and codebreakers.
Hopefully the good guys win in the end.
I'm optimistic, but it's crucial to be aware of the potential risks and challenges along the way.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from drug discovery and material science to finance, logistics, and even the potential threats to cryptography. What other fields could be transformed by quantum computing?
Honestly, it's hard to say for sure. The field is still relatively young, and we're only just beginning to explore the vast possibilities.
It's like venturing into uncharted territory with endless opportunities for discovery.
That's a great way to put it. But one thing is clear. Quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize countless industries and fundamentally change the way we live.
It truly is a transformative technology.
And it's one that we need to approach with a balance of excitement and caution.
Excitement for the incredible potential and caution for the possible risks.
Precisely. We need to be mindful of the ethical and societal implications of such a powerful technology.
It's not just about the science. It's about how we use it to shape a better future.
Wise words, as we delve deeper into the world of Willow and quantum computing.
Let's recap some of the key takeaways from our conversation so far.
What have we learned today?
Well, first and foremost, Google's Willow chip is a remarkable accomplishment, a testament to the incredible progress being made in quantum computing.
Absolutely. Willow's demonstration of exponential error correction suggests that we're getting closer to building large-scale, fault-tolerant quantum computers.
And its mind-boggling speed on that key benchmark hints at the possibility of harnessing parallel universes for computation.
It's truly groundbreaking stuff. We also learned that Google is taking a very deliberate and strategic approach to quantum computing, focusing on qubit quality and overall system performance.
They're committed to making this technology more accessible through open-source software and educational resources.
And the potential applications of quantum computing are vast and far-reaching, spanning everything from drug discovery and material science to finance and beyond.
It's a transformative technology that could revolutionize countless industries and aspects of our lives.
But we need to approach it with a sense of responsibility, considering both the potential benefits and the potential risks.
It's a journey of exploration, and we're just taking the first steps.
So the big question is, what does the future hold for quantum computing?
That's the million-dollar question indeed. But I have a feeling the answer will be nothing short of extraordinary.
I couldn't agree more. I'm eager to see what breakthroughs and innovations emerge in the coming years.
Me too. The brave new world out there, and quantum computing is leading the charge.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Let's leave our listener with one final thought.
the quantum revolution is just beginning.
And it's going to be an incredible ride. And it's going to be an incredible ride.
It certainly is an exciting time to be alive with all this progress happening in the quantum realm. But let's look ahead a bit. What are your predictions for the field of quantum computing in the next 5 to 10 years? What can we expect to see?
Well, predictions are always a gamble, but based on the current momentum, I think we can expect some pretty remarkable developments in the coming years.
I'm all ears.
Yeah.
What kind of developments are you envisioning?
Well, for starters, I anticipate a significant increase in investment from both companies and organizations.
Okay.
This quantum gold rush is only going to intensify.
So we can expect even more players to enter the quantum arena.
Absolutely. We're already seeing major interest from industries like finance, pharmaceuticals, and material science. As the technology matures, that interest will only grow. I also predict major advances in qubit technology itself.
Even beyond what Willow has accomplished. That's hard to imagine given how impressive it is.
Believe it or not, there's still plenty of room for improvement. Researchers are constantly exploring new types of qubits and innovative ways to enhance their coherence, time, and fidelity.
Right.
We'll likely see those qubits become even more stable, reliable, and accurate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about the development of new quantum algorithms? Do you anticipate any breakthroughs on that front?
I definitely do. Right now, we're still in the early stages of quantum algorithm development. There's a lot of untapped potential waiting to be discovered. As more researchers and developers delve into this area, I expect a surge of innovation. The creation of better algorithms will be key to unlocking the true power of quantum computers.
That makes sense. You mentioned earlier the concept of hybrid quantum classical computing.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that? How do you see that playing out in the future?
Well, it's important to remember that quantum computers aren't meant to completely replace classical computers. They excel at certain tasks, but classical computers still have their strengths. The future lies in finding the most effective ways to combine both technologies. Think of it as a collaboration where each type of computer handles what it does best.
So a hybrid system could leverage the strengths of both quantum and classical computing to tackle really complex problems.
Precisely. It's not about one technology dominating the other. It's about finding the sweet spot where they complement each other. This could open up entirely new avenues for solving problems that are currently intractable for either type of computer alone.
That's a fascinating perspective. Any other predictions you'd like to share? What else can we look forward to in the quantum realm?
I think we'll see significant progress in the development of quantum software and tools.
Okay.
This will make it easier for developers to create and deploy quantum applications without needing a deep understanding of the underlying physics.
So you're saying quantum computing will become more user-friendly and accessible to a wider range of developers.
Exactly. We'll need intuitive interfaces, programming languages, and libraries that abstract away the complexities of quantum computing. This will democratize access to the technology and accelerate the development of new applications.
That's encouraging. It sounds like the future of quantum computing will be shaped not just by scientists, but also by software developers and engineers.
Absolutely. And as this technology becomes more powerful and widespread, it's crucial that we also consider the ethical and societal implications.
You've touched on this before. Can you elaborate on what these implications might be?
Well, we need to think carefully about how quantum computing will impact jobs, privacy, security, and even the very nature of reality itself. These are profound questions that we need to start addressing now while the technology is still in its early stages.
So it's not just about the science, it's also about the human element and how we responsibly integrate this technology into our society.
Precisely. It's a collective responsibility to ensure that quantum computing is used for the benefit of humanity. We need to have these conversations now so we can shape the future of quantum computing in a way that aligns with our values.
This has been a truly eye-opening conversation. I'm grateful for your insights and expertise. I'm sure our listeners have gained a much deeper understanding of the world of quantum computing.
It's been my pleasure. Quantum computing is a topic that sparks both my curiosity and my imagination. It's an honor to share my passion for this field with others.
As we conclude our deep dive into the world of Willow and the future of quantum computing,
Let's leave our listener with one final thought to ponder.
the quantum revolution has just begun. It's an exciting time full of potential and possibility.
Stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged. The future is quantum, and it's waiting to be explored.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the realm of quantum computing. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the universe, both the big and the small. So it's not just about the science, it's also about the human element and how we responsibly integrate this technology into our society.
Precisely, it's a collective responsibility to ensure that quantum computing is used for the benefit of humanity. We need to have these conversations now so we can shape the future of quantum computing in a way that aligns with our values.
This has been a truly eye-opening conversation. I'm grateful for your insights and expertise.
Mm.
I'm sure our listeners have gained a much deeper understanding of the world of quantum computing.
It's been my pleasure. Quantum computing is a topic that sparks both my curiosity and my imagination. It's an honor to share my passion for this field with others.
As we conclude our deep dives into the world of Willow and the future of quantum computing,
Let's leave our listener with one final thought to ponder.
the quantum revolution has just begun. It's an exciting time full of potential and possibility.
Stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged. The future is quantum, and it's waiting to be explored.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the realm of quantum computing. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the universe, both the big and the small.